And we're back for another one.
Yes, sir.
Guess what? Week 16 is in the books.
Gosh, dog.
You can close that one out. It's a done deal.
Man, it's season speeding by, man.
Yeah. It's coming down to a close.
Yeah.
Cowboys get the W, 26-24, in a very good game for the Cowboys. We'll talk about how they came out and fought, how they got it done. But first, I'm your man, T. Drake.
Yes, sir. And I am Coach T. And we are I-70 Entertainment. And this is...
It is the Cowboys show in OG State of Mind.
Absolutely. There you go.
And we presented by I-70 Entertainment. Don't want to leave that out.
Yes, sir.
Cowboy Nation got you another W.
Yeah.
Got you another W. And then we may be moving back in the draft positioning. But I'm liking the way these guys is coming out and they're competing all the way to the end.
Absolutely.
This game was, got to give an MVP probably to Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, he did his thing, man, because this is a game where we got stonewalled as far as the run. That defensive line in Tampa Bay is a lot better than what I thought they were after watching the matchup. Coach, what was your thoughts on it?
They really wanted to put the ball in Cooper Rush's hands, which any team would. We see Rico run for 3 straight 100-yard games, and we see that's how we are. That's what we want to do. Is run the ball. We're more effective running the ball. So good coaches want to take that away, and especially, I'm gonna put the ball in Cooper Rush's hands. See what he can do.
Yeah, and this is a game too where we get the W. But I was just looking at the total offense, 410 to 317, talking in total yards. We were behind in that category.
Yeah,
got the win.
We only got 72 in the second half.
So things tighten up.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll talk a little bit more when we talk about that defense, how the defense stood up in the key moments. And once again, man, I am so impressed with Mike Zimmer. And I think we'll get in a little bit of segment talking about, where we going from coaches. But Mike Zimmer has me rethinking my whole thing about the coaching staff. And just want to give him some credit of what he's doing over there with that group. And it always helps to have Michael Parsons back, too.
Absolutely.
Always.
He's giving us a chance, man. He's giving the offense a chance to win. It's not breaking too much. I mean, we gave up 24 points. But, shoot, that was enough for us to win.
It was. So let's kick it off. Let's talk about this offense real quick, and we'll talk about Cooper Rush. Let's go ahead and give us some numbers on Cooper Rush. I know you probably got them stats up over there.
All right. Well, what we got, Cooper Rush, we got 26 for 35, 292, 1 touchdown, 1 tutty. He didn't turn the ball over, which is always a positive.
Yep.
He played pretty well. He played within himself. And he did what he had to do in that first half to get us the lead because, like you said before, they made a concerted effort, Tampa Bay did, to not let the run game beat them.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Coach. And just looking at Rico Dowdle, gave him only 13 carries for 23 yards, and it just wasn't working. I mean, we started out, I would think, saying that we were trying to establish the run, and it wasn't. And fortunate for us, Cooper Rush had it going. I saw a lot more passes down the field for Cooper Rush, and that's something we've been on him week after week about not throwing down the field. So him and C.D. Lamb hooked up. Shouts out to C.D. being tough, earning every dollar. Rumor is that they're going to shut him down for the rest of the season, but, man, my guy got his 1,000+, 7 for 105 on this one. No TDs in this one. But 7 for 105 yards is very good, Coach. Tell me what you've seen out of C.D. Lamb. What was you impressed with?
I mean, like you said, it's toughness. Everybody knows he's our one guy within the passing game that we can depend on, and yet and still he finds a way to get open, and Cooper is really looking for him to give him the rock, and give him the rock in space, man. So and he's making plays. You saw how he came down with the one pass. Came on the shoulder, and you could really see the pain that he's in. But he played. He continued to play. And if you didn't know, you couldn't tell.
Absolutely. Only thing you can tell, like you said, is the aftermath after he falls, or anytime it seemed like he got tackled, just getting up in pain. And it's good to go ahead and shut him down. We're not playing for anything, and we don't want to push him to a point where he's got to get surgery.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's just some treatment therapy that we can get this guy back.
Rest, yep.
And as far as the passing game, don't want to leave out. I think Tolbert, had a nice one.
Tolbert. Well, he had a touchdown. Tolbert had 6 TDs this year.
There you go, man. So I guess
Chick-fil-A got 6
Chick-fil-A was open was open on a few Sundays. But yeah, I would like to see more productivity out of him. But
Absolutely.
it was good to see him at least getting some things that were positive. Turpin chipped in, and gave us a few catches there. Your man Ferguson had a heavy load, 6 for 40. Which is pretty good. I know you like to see more down the field to him, and even getting more.
He's so athletic, man. Why not?
I think so too, Coach.
But they got your boy involved.
Who's that?
Ryan Florno.
Oh my goodness, I have been waiting all year. 3 catches for 41 yards.
We'll take it.
Good to see, man. I think every catch, every time they threw the ball, I think he was 3 for 3. Which is really good.
Absolutely.
Offensive line, they didn't get the job done as good as I would like to see them against the running game, but I thought they did a pretty good job of giving Cooper Rush some time to make some pass plays. Yeah, what'd you see from that offensive line?
No sacks. Oh, he did get sacked one time.
That's not bad, man. That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Couple costly penalties. I remember Hoffman had a holding that cost us.
Boy.
Yeah, and overall, I don't know. Guyton, he needs to get his confidence back. I think he's got his confidence taken from him, whether it's from getting benched or not excelling like he would like to. But his confidence is dwindling. He needs to get that back. They need to put him out there and just roll with him, man.
Yeah, I think we both were surprised. We looked at each other during the game like, where is he at? You know, we had a Doka out there, and no pun towards him, but I don't think Adoka is going to be around as far as a building piece.
Right.
Guyton is.
Right.
So we need to see that guy out there, and they got him in there. And I think, like you said, Coach, he just needs to stay out there. You got to live through the pains, the growth pains with him. But, yeah, that is one thing. And I think Hoffman's still out there playing well at that right guard, so that may be something we'll look forward to next year, him being penciled in maybe as, at least in that battle for that position come next season.
Absolutely.
Anything else on the offensive side stand out at you that you saw?
You had your MVP as Cooper Rush. I had mine as Brandon Aubrey. That man,
sometimes
258 yarders.
Sometimes you know what I'm saying, you overlook special teams, but you can't. I mean, it was money, man.
Oh my goodness,
dead down the middle.
He started the game off with the 58-yarder, man.
Yeah.
So
and two, I give a shout out to Mike McCarthy. It's probably the fastest start that we had offensively, going down, getting those 10 points very early, and they proved valuable. As the game slowed down in that second half, as Coach stated. But we'll wrap up and move over to the defensive side of the ball. Defense, once again, I thought Mike Zimmer had an excellent game plan. He brought down plenty of players in the box, tried to get some pressure, but that is a good quarterback, Coach. And I know you're an Oklahoma guy. What did you see out of your guy over there on the other side, Tampa Bay? He was able to make some plays, man. He really was.
He's a fighter, man. It doesn't matter how the game is going. Every new next play is a new play for him, and everything is, the pass is the pass, and he's going to fight. And he almost got him. He almost got him in position because if it wasn't for that play by Deron Bland, and the play that Baker made to get it to White, because he was in the grasp.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he just flipped it out to him, and Deron Bland saved this man because there's no telling all they needed was a field goal.
Yeah.
And
the other big play we can't forget about is the play that was made by Jordan Lewis.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how he got that interception.
I have no idea,
how he came up with that ball. He was like Houdini, a magician. And those key stops, man, these was when they were going in.
Yes, sir, because those were fourth quarter stops. Yes. And like we said before, we had in the second half, we had 4 straight pumps in the second half. 3 of those were 3 and outs, so we could not get anything popping on the offensive end. So it was very clutch. That especially that Jordan Lewis in the end zone. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's something about Michael Parsons, man. When he came back to us, man, the takeaways started to come back. You know what I mean? Just all type of opportunities that he presented by just his presence being back.
Yes, sir.
Another thing that helped us that was fortunate for us and unfortunate for Tampa Bay was the wide open drops. Oh, my goodness. I mean, there was times, I think a 4th down play, they dropped it right in the middle of the field. I mean, it was, like I said, fortunate for us, but that really hurt and stalled a lot of their drives. So we had a couple of things. The football guides was working with us on a couple of those, so that was a big help. Up front,
Absolutely.
Chauncey Golston playing very well, playing
All
very well,
season.
man. He has done a valuable job stepping
season.
in. Go ahead and talk about that a little bit, Coach, and the rest of that D line.
They're just like you said, just playing well. Chauncey is he's rushing the passer well. He's playing. He's holding the edge well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this year we got him out of trying to figure out can he be a hybrid both D tackle, 3 technique, and 5. Out on
Zimmer
the
saw
DM.
it.
Yeah,
He
he's
said,
straight
"Yeah,
DM, man.
yeah, it's where you're gonna be at.
Yeah,
You're gonna get your money."
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, and the rushing numbers are not the best, but I mean, our pass rush, man. Osa was in there, Mozzie was in there. Of course, Micah was in there. Man, I mean, we were on that pass. We got to him 4 times, man.
Yes, sir. And that's been the thing, man. We've been getting to him, man.
Getting to him.
We are getting to him. One thing that I will say about number 97, Osa, playing so well that he might be pricing himself out of Dallas.
Yes, sir.
That's the one thing, Cowboy Nation, that I fear. You love to see guys play well, but the rest of the league is noticing just as much as we are, and it's going to be some money being thrown his way. So
Absolutely.
And we need defensive tackles, man. So I'm hoping that there's a way that we can bring that guy back.
Oh yeah, no question about it, man. I mean, because we already know we're not going to pick up too much on the outside of the Dallas,
outside of the draft.
and in free agency. So we have to keep our own, and losing him would not be good. And it's good to hear that Mike is like, I'm not trying to break the bank, man.
That was so refreshing to hear, man, is that a guy is saying that he don't need to be the highest paid at his position or the highest paid defensive player or the highest paid that's not a quarterback. All of that stuff that you hear being spread around, this guy is just saying he wants to win. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why we couldn't share there, but at least on that side of the ball, this is a guy that really we can just see that his presence just makes our defense, just him walking on the field makes our defense, a top 10 defense in my opinion. So, but yeah, that's something to keep our eye on as we move forward. Quickly to the special teams, I'll ask you, Coach, now looking at it as we come towards the end of this season, special teams play with the way Turpin has played, with Aubrey being, of course, the catalyst of that. Would you say it's been a good year for special teams? And I know there's been some collapses with fake fumbles.
I mean, the decision-making wise, no, it hasn't been, with the fakes that were costly, but
the fumble
like
that touched us.
Game. Oh yeah. When you talk about Turpin and you talk about Brandon Aubrey, you're talking about 2 of the best in the league. Yeah. And they've had tremendous success. You talked about Osa might be pricing himself out. I'm hoping Turpin doesn't price himself out because he is a weapon on special teams and on the offensive end, man.
He is, man. You see now too, Cowboy Nation. We gonna start handing it to him in the backfield.
Yeah.
And he coming through that hole, popping it, man. Tony Pollard look like coming through there the way he hitting those holes.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good question. I think next week, Coach, we'll try to dial in something for the fans and for our Cowboy Nation to talk about some of these contract situations. Maybe that might be something next year. Something next year that we can talk about. Okay, Cowboy Nation, we're going to keep this thing moving, and I want to just hop into this segment. Something I'm going to want to do with Coach is I want to take a minute. I'm going to give Coach a minute to give his case for if Mike McCarthy should come back next year or if Mike McCarthy should hit the door. Coach?
What side am I speaking on?
Whatever side you want, Coach. You take the side that you feel in your heart is what I really want. I want it to come from the inside, from the bowels. I don't know what you're thinking over there.
It's tough because you see the success we're having now, and but you also know that our backs were against the wall, so we ain't had nothing to lose. Just what I mean. And why couldn't we get this offensive game plan in the first half of the season? Why how do we lose 5 straight with Dak or however many with Dak, and now with Cooper, and it's because the play calling has changed, man, and see that's when you be a creature of the moment. you're like, oh man, we're doing really well, but snap. Don't forget about what we were, 2-5?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we were on this show saying it was over, man. We started talking about who possibly could come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
go ahead, Coach. I didn't mean to cut in on your
no,
time there.
no. So I guess I wouldn't be mad if he signed a 1-year deal, but I don't want it in my heart because I know what it was last year and at the end of last year and in these playoff
No
games.
doubt.
I know what it's been.
Okay.
And but I do like Zimmer, man. You know, he's really turned this defense around with Micah coming back, man. But, so my final verdict is he can be gone.
There we go.
He can be gone.
There we go. There we go.
But he about the best something right now to work with that daggone owner, general manager of ours. Man.
I hear you, Coach. Let me give you by real quick.
Yes, sir.
So with me, I think my case is built on who's going to give us the best chance next year. I think with Dak returning next year, the relationship that McCarthy has with Dak, what I've seen from the team and how they responded to this guy, they didn't quit on him. You know what I mean? I think they want to play for this guy. Mm-hmm. So I think the early part of the season that we hit where we had those injuries were the toughest part of the season. Those games that we lost, those games that we lost could have been games that I think when we went into the season, taking a look at it, some of them we had us losing. So I think that was a tough part of the season. I think Mike McCarthy got better as the season went on. I think what it was is that he went into the season with a game plan of how they were going to attack it and try to ride it too long with the personnel that he had. Instead of switching, making that switch, I think that's where he messed up at. But I'm going to say next year, if you bring him back, I'm cool with it. So I would say let's bring him back. Let's give him at least another year or so to see what he can do. 3 seasons and 1 bad season, I'm okay with it. That's just me. So we'll wrap that piece up.
Yeah, that first season, and don't forget that first season, man. This is 5th year.
First season, you're right. First season was just to me was,
and he hired the defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan.
Oh, he did.
He cannot figure out the clock.
That's still been a problem for us. Yeah. That's still been a problem for us, and that's probably the one thing that I say his clock management has probably been the worst thing that he's brought. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think he gets the locker room, he brings the players together, and I think next year, given some better circumstances as far as the roster, you know, I think Jerry's going to have to at least sit down with him and ask him what he wants. You know, if you're going to bring him back to try to help him as a coach. But we'll see, Cowboy Nation. We got more to come. We've got a little bit more time in this season to unravel that and talk about it a little bit more. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, Coach, we're at the end. I just wanted to go over this quickly. Like I said, I don't think we're going to not like I said, but moving on. Trey Lance is another thing I wanted to just talk on. We've been talking about this the last 2 to 3 weeks. I'm getting to the point where I don't think we're going to see him. I don't think we're going to see him. Maybe the last game of the season, he might put him in there. Still don't understand. I'll let you give me some shots on it.
I don't think we're going to see Jonathan Mingo either, even though he's out there. Like, man, what 4th-round picks? 4th-round picks don't mean to the daggone Jones family. They're just giving them out to just.
Yeah, I don't understand that because I think what you got with Ryan Flournoy look better than him.
Goodness,
you could have that pick back in your pocket, man.
Come on, man.
But like you said, we've talked about them valuing the pick because it looks like they don't even want to give Trey Lance a chance to see what they got.
Right.
But Cowboy Nation, we're going to wrap it up there. I'm going to let Coach do what he do on his parting shots. Coach, give it to us.
Ain't got no parting shots, man. Just enjoy the season, man, and remember the reason, the birth of Christ. And just enjoy family, like I said before, man, and stay prayed up so we can have a great 2025 and beyond, man.
Absolutely. A child was born to the world, the Savior.
Yes, sir.
Give all the homage and the peace in the world. Cowboy Nation, we are out. Be safe. Nothing but love.
One love, baby.